Bonjour, French 1. Today's lesson will be the first one in section 4.1, which is all about discussing your classes at school, including what classes you have, when you have them, and what your opinion of those classes are. So basically, at this point, we need at least know the names of our classes so that we can then talk about when we have them and what we think of them. So make sure that you're repeating after me in the time provided and jot these down on your notes. First thing we're going to talk about is some various foreign languages that you can take, starting with German, which is l'allemand. French class is le français. Spanish class is l'espagnol. And English class is l'anglais. The next section is a small section on some of the electives that you might want to take, such as art class, which is les arts plastiques. Music class, which is l'éducation musicale. PE class, which the full version of PE is l'éducation physique et sportive, but you'll most often hear it abbreviated l'EPS. And computer class, or computer sciences, which is l'informatique. Please be aware that all of these that have a small M or F in them in parentheses, that's them letting you know that it's either masculine or feminine because you can't tell from the article. If it's got an L apostrophe in front of it, it's got an L apostrophe because the word itself starts with a vowel. If it's got a lay in front of it, it's because it's a plural word, and you can't tell from L apostrophe or lay whether the word is masculine or feminine. When you go to use these words in sentences, if you go to say that you have art class, please do not write the M in parentheses, or if you go to say you have music class, don't write the F in parentheses in the middle of your words and don't put them at the end. That's just a for your information on your notes kind of thing. Don't actually write it when you use the word. All right, last thing on this little section is the word for math class, which is les mathématiques. And I believe you know from earlier in the year you can just abbreviate that les maths if you would like. Now definitely you could get more specific with whether or not you have algebra or geometry and things like that, and we'll get to that eventually. But for now we're just kind of starting with the most basic forms of these classes. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and finish up these notes with some science classes with la biologie, which is of course biology, chemistry class, which is la chimie, and physics, which is la physique. Notice that all of the science classes are feminine words, if that helps you memorize your whole masculine feminine thing. For your social studies classes, we have la géographie, which is geography, or the study of maps and where things are in the world. L'histoire is the French word for history, whether that's U.S. history, world history, or any of those. For this class, we're going to simplify it and just call it l'histoire. A couple other words that'll have to do with your school day are your devoir, homework that you may have for a class, or if you have an examen, then you have a test. Another word that's a really helpful word is the word for subjects at school in general, which are les matières. Any breaks you have in your day, like your 5-minute passing period. In France, they have a little bit different system where their breaks are longer, but breaks in the day, whether it's a full-on recess when you're younger or a 5-minute break to have a passing period, is la récréation. And then finally, when you get out of school at the end of the day, dismissal is la sortie. Make sure you keep these notes handy for use with that or throughout the section.